All right, my man, just for the camera, why don't you let us know your name and tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Kalvin Baker. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm 45. I just got out of prison on the 4th of November 2013.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, where'd you go to prison for?
It was a self-defense, but they turned it into an overkill. Guy came to my house, disrespecting me and my family and my kids. I was protecting my kids and my property.
Okay. And is that the reason why you're homeless right now?
Yeah, when I got out, went to prison, all of my family left me alone, and I had to come down here to a shelter to get me a house. That's where I live. Just start all over.
Okay. And which shelter did you come to?
First, I went to the bridge, and then they sent me to the Union Gospel Mission.
Okay. And how long were you at the Union Gospel Mission?
Well, I was there for 22 days straight.
Okay. Are you still there now?
No, I'm not there no more.
Why is that?
Because one of the disciples is a homosexual, and then he was looking at his head down, talking to me, asking me, was I okay? How are you getting along? And I asked him to raise his head up as when he talked to me, because I'm not like that.
When you say looking down, what do you mean?
He was sexual harassment, looking at my private parts.
Okay. And what transpired after that?
Okay. Then he started taunting me, picking at me about, hurry up, you need to get your stuff off the floor. You need to get out the hallway. Why are you sitting in this chair putting on your sock? I said, because I have arthritis in my knees.
And do you feel like that was because of the fact that you addressed him about sexually harassing you?
Yeah, that was the fact why he started talking to me, because I told him straight up that I'm not into homosexuality.
Okay.
And then another disciple came over and said, what's the problem? I explained it to him what was going on. He said, well, this guy been doing this a lot. That don't make no sense. Let me take you to talk to the chaplain.
Okay.
So when I went to talk to the chaplain, I say, Chaplain Terrell, do you have a grievance or some type of complaint that I can fill out because I had a problem? He said, what's the problem? I said, I really don't want to discuss the problem because I know it needs. I would just like to write it on a proper form and give it to y'all and let y'all make the proper decision of what needs to be done.
Okay.
He said, well, over here, we don't have no grievance system. We don't have nothing you can write up on. But what happened? So I explained to him what the man did, sexually harassed me, and how he did it. Then Chaplain Terrell stated that over here, we are a private organization. We are not like the bridge. We are not funded by the city. So we have our own rules over here. If there's something going on here you don't like, you can just leave.
Wow.
So I'm telling you, you're telling me you're going to put me out because I don't want to be sexually harassed. I said, if you don't like what's going on here, this is Chaplain Terrell.
Okay.
You can leave. So I said, well, okay, then I'll just try to talk to Chaplain Bill tomorrow, to see what's going on because it's occurred on a Sunday.
Okay.
So after that, he said, why do you have your clothes on? I said, because the other chaplain asked me to go get a doctor appointment because I have pneumonia. And I just had a relapse of it, so they re-treat me for it. So I brought the statement, I showed him the paper with my medication on it. I showed him the paper where the doctor said you must dress warm because you have pneumonia.
Okay.
So Chaplain Bill said, no, you're going to go up there and get in scrubs, be naked. I said, well, can I put on some thermals or some long johns? He said, you're going to go upstairs, be naked like I told you, put the scrubs on, or you can leave.
And you showed him these medical documents?
Yes, I showed him every last one of them.
Wow.
And then after that, I said, well, can I put on some pair of socks? He said, man, you being complicated. Why don't you just leave? I said, so you put me out because I don't want to be sexually harassed. This is basically what it is. He said, man, just get your stuff and leave. So I went upstairs, got my stuff, with 10 so-called disciples standing around me like they would physically hurt me. I asked, why are y'all all standing around me? He said, man, we was told by Chaplain for all of us to come up here. So as I got my stuff and went downstairs, Chaplain Terrell stated, hey man, you taking a long time. You need to go and just get on out of here or we're going to put you out. I said, man,
wow.
You going to put your hand on me? He said, hey man, get out of here. So I sit down in the seat. I called the Dallas police and told them exactly what happened. So the officer turned around and asked Terrell what happened. Terrell agreed with everything I said, but he said I didn't threaten him. And I stated, Terrell, Mr. Terrell, you're a chaplain. You know you lying. You did say y'all was gonna put me out. You know what I'm saying? So the officers asked him, ain't this supposed to homeless? Did he threaten you or cuss you out in any kind of way? He said no. He said we are a private organization. We are not funded by the city of Dallas. So we have a no tolerance rule. It's our rules are out the door.
Wow.
So he said what this man need to do is get to walking and try to stay warm in the rain with his pneumonia.
Wow.
So
he told the police that?
Yeah, he told the police that. So they looked at him. He said, do you have anywhere to go? I said, no, sir, I'm homeless. He said, that's a lie. Chaplain Terrell said, that's a lie. He said, he just got to talk to his wife. I said, I don't have a wife. I just got out of prison. He said, well, you just got to talk to your husband or your boyfriend. So immediately, both of the officers looked at Terrell and the disciples. And then they said, I said, well, see, that's what I'm here. I said, I'm homophobia. I'm not a homosexual, Chaplain. Now, you may condone all this homosexuality, all the sex they be having in there at nighttime in the bathroom. You condone that. I don't condone that. So he said, the officer said, well, he's not going to walk. He said, well, he need to get out here and try to stay warm. And so the officer said, I'll take you anywhere you want to go. So the officer immediately called my niece and explained the situation and took me home.
Wow. So
to my niece's house.
You made it. You just made a comment. You made a serious comment about the homosexuality and the sex in the restrooms. Is this hearsay, or is this something you've actually encountered? Or
I go to the restroom every night at least once or twice because I'm on blood pressure pills and water pills. And I stayed there 21 days to 22 days, and I know at least 4 or 5 of them nights I heard homosexual activity. But actually seeing it, no, because they went installed with the doors. I heard the grunting and all the stuff that goes along with it.
Oh my God. Okay, well, what are your steps now?
Well, I'm back at the bridge. I told my counselor everything that was going on, and she stated that there's be several complaints from the bridge. Several complaints about the UGM to the bridge, so I know you're not lying. So let me see what I can do to help you because you're trying so hard to get a job, to get back on your feet, to get your kids.
Wow.
So I talked to her at 8:30 this morning. At 3:20 something, she called me and told me that I had a match.
Okay.
I told her to thank God because a prophet lady told me that I had a message on me. I had got it. I didn't know what I was going to say tonight.
Man. So what do you think they need to change over there as far as, over at the Union Gospel Mission to make it better and I guess more approved for the homeless?
Well, my personal opinion, because I have been in homeless shelters and in prison, number one, I actually think they need some type of psychologist position to be there the 6 o'clock hour to the 5 o'clock hour while we are there.
Okay.
So, because of the way they mistreating the mental patients, he have no tolerance. If you act out, he don't care about no diagnosis. Like the same night I got put out, he put out a Mexican guy, Terrell, saying that he speak English. This man use the restroom on himself. People give him socks. People kind of carry him to the restroom to try to help him. The other homeless people, and Chaplain Terrell said he understand English. I bet you if you tell him to go eat some, he gonna go eat some. So he can get on out. Chaplain Terrell actually put his hand on this guy and pushed him on out the door.
And this is the chaplain doing this?
Yes, Chaplain Terrell did that. He put 5 people out last night when it was raining and cold as heck.
Wow.
And another thing that I feel that needs to be done, like I said, the service are great. The service that they have out there, I love. The beds that they had out there, I love. The snack machines that they had out there, I love. But it's only one chaplain out there that treat us like crap, and that's Chaplain Terrell, and he teaches the disciples to be cold-hearted and treat us like we are in prison. None of the other chaplains treat us like him. It's only him. And you can do a survey or send a private investigator and ask 400 people, 375, and say, Chaplain Terrell is the devil, and he treats us like crap.
Wow. And who are the disciples?
The disciples are guys that's come out of prison, to sex offenders, that they set up a program where they work for a year free, and then they work for another year, save up some money, and then they can rent one of UGM apartments if they want to. You know, they just ex-addicts that claiming that they are trying to serve God.
So they're homeless also?
Yeah, they are homeless. The only reason why 90% of them is there because they have nowhere to go.
And how do they treat the clients?
Well, they treat the clients the way Terrell teaches them to treat them.
So they pretty much...
The nights that Terrell works, they act like Terrell. The nights that the other preacher work, they all mellow and laid back, not hollering, 3 minutes to shower. There's 10 shower heads, and they'll pack 60, 70 people in no smaller than a living room.
Wow. Wow. Okay, my man, I appreciate everything, man. One more time for the camera, why don't you give me your name?
My name is Kalvin Baker.